Alright, game one against the Maliss, and he's starting off with the Dormouse, and this is going to look like a pretty standard combo if you're playing in a modern game in this day and age. Maliss is undeniably one of the most represented decks that people are choosing to play right now. Why? It's a pretty decent combo deck. It can play Floodgates with Shifter without any issue, and it doesn't have too many restrictions locking it, and it also has access to the most powerful Cyberse boss monsters. So I think that's probably some of the incentives and the reasons as to why people are choosing to play this deck. If you want my personal opinion on it, I think it's good. I do think it's good. I wouldn't call it as powerful as the YuGiOhs or the Fiendsmiths even alone, and when you put them together, oh my gosh, you got a seriously powerful deck. But it's still strong, and the fact that it can play abysmal Floodgates like Shifter, I think that just jacks it up a level even further beyond. But on that note, I will mention the fact, as my boy Rob here is going through his combo, that a lot of the Maliss players are choosing not to main the Shifter because the odds of running into the mirror are too high, and it's as if you are ditching a card for no darn good reason. So a lot of folks playing Maliss, at least around the parts where I'm at, they're choosing not to play the Shifter. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. You know what? For me, I'm like, yes, please. That's awesome. Problem. A lot of them are replacing that slot where they were spending the Shifter on Bestials. Oh, that blows. That absolutely blows. Now, I don't know if Rob was doing that per se. Maybe not even in Game 1. But I know a lot of Maliss players, and the ones we see in the top and deck list coming out of Philly, coming out of other regionals, yeah, we're seeing those Bestials in the main board, and that does not bode well for us Drytron duelists, I assure you of that. But this end board we see here, it's the Terahertz, it's getting the boost, he sends a spell and trap negate, he's playing the Striker build, and he's setting some other spells and traps and passing turn. Coming back around to me, I'm going second here, I gotta break this board. The first thing I'm gonna do is gonna try and bait, throw out that Cyber Emergency, but Rob's not gonna fall for that, so he's gonna let it resolve, and I'm gonna grab Alpha here. There we go. So, facing down this board, what am I trying to do? I've got two known interruptions, one being that Spell and Trap Negate, the other one being the Terahertz. Well, what's a good force? We've got that normal Summon Diviner, which is actually going to eat an Imperm for us. Feels pretty good. Honestly, totally cool with that because my hand is filled with gas. So I'm going to go Alpha Pitch Delta. That's the card we searched off of the Nova, or excuse me, the Emergency. And that is going to grab me Big Daddy Draconid. So I choose to search Dad here. Why? Because I think I'm going to need it later for damage. I might make a little bit of a misplay later on, and I'll explain it when we get there. But hey, that's the point of looking back at these matches, is calling out the mistakes. You can learn from the ones that I make so you don't make them yourself. I hard opened the Drytron, so I choose to drop it here. Good thing that I did, because it was able to bait out a Widow Anchor. Now, with the Alpha that I got on field, I'm going to say goodbye to that Terahertz interruption. I'm going to go for the Anima. That's going to force him to go for the Pack Bit, and then use it to put the Anima in the Spell and Trap. Now, he hard opened the Dotscaper, meaning he's going to pitch that for cost of the Pack Bit's also going to get a free summon back, and now that Terahertz is even bigger, even more attack points. I'm going to use that Delta's effect, get my free draw, pitching the Dad into the graveyard. Now I've got three monsters on the field, all different levels. We've got Delta, we've got your Sartron, and we've got Diviner. But guess what I was able to rip off that Delta? A beautiful copy of New 2. Special summon that New 2 out from the hand. It's going to give me a free search for any Drytron monster. Grabbing out the... Thinking about it, I think I go for Gamma. No, I go for Big Daddy Draconids here, or excuse me, Little Daddy Draconids, OG Draconids. Now I overlay for Moy Beta, which I haven't even gone for yet. We're doing a lot of stuff to force because I opened with a lot of gas. Moy Beta sends the Gamma, and since he's already used a monster effect, I can redeem that thrust. I know the Spell and Trap Negate's still in there, so I want to force it out before committing to my ritual summons. So I go for the Talons. This is where he's going to redeem that negate. I realize now, might have been a little mistake, because you'll see the mistake that I make in a minute here, but I use Draconids in hand and material under Moy Beta to summon back Big Dad, and he is looking pretty on the field. Now I'm going to think about what am I going to do to be able to clear over this board, and I'm going to be super ignorant of something. You'll all see in a moment. I'm going to use Medionis Reduce, add back to hand, Gamma Effect redeemed here, summoning back two names, make another copy of Moy Beta just so I have enough materials to summon back Draconids and put up a lot of damage. Now, here's the thing I do. I declare Battle Phase here like an absolute dingus, and then my boy Rob tells me, oh, crap, this guy is huge. The Terahertz has gained 2,500 twice now, so I think it's at like 8k attack points. Big mistake on my part, so all I'm going to be able to do is clear out that Dotscaper, and I'm going to have to go into main phase 2 and give this man another turn, because I was too much of a darn fool to go for the Access Code Talker line and popped that joint. It's got no protection after the negates are used or the interrupts are used, so oh my gosh, I'm a fool, but it's okay. Learn from my mistakes, don't make the same. Remember, this guy gets huge. Don't enter battle phase without outing that Terahertz. So I got to go main phase 2, make the SP, get him off the field. and pass turn. But this is a decent board. We got Draconids. We got a Spell and Trap Negate with the Moy Beta that's going to stop that Book of Eclipse from turning off my entire board. And then we still got 2 Dad Negates to try and deal with any of his Malice plays. And Dad Negates are... oh my gosh, dude. Twice per turn, monster effect, negate, and destroy. Don't sleep on it. This is why I say we don't need perfection anymore, because Dad is putting in the work on his own. Same thing goes for Moy Beta. Problem being, my man's got the thrust, so he's going to thrust for the talents just like I did on my own turn. And here's where I got to take a think for a second. So I've got one more known monster effect, negate, and destroy with my big Dad, and I've still got my Draconid Send. I still have those too. So I don't know why it's taking my dumb ass so long to think about this. I want to leave him with the choice between the 2 interrupts of taking one of them. Both of them will be useless if he takes them, but as long as I get to keep one of them, I'm chilling. So I use my Little Knight, and I probably didn't even need to use the Little Knight. I could have held that as another form of interruption too, but I want to guarantee I was going to have follow-up, so I want to take the Moy Beta off the field, and I would have a tribute in case I needed it. So he goes for his field spell. I get to keep the Draconid, so I use that, send the field spell, and boom, that's all she wrote. That was the last form of extension that he had in that game, so we're going to be going off into Game 2. Game 2 here, once again, I'm going to be going second. So let's see what Rob is able to pack up here with the Malice deck. A big old board. Is it going to be too much for me to handle? We're going to be able to crack on through this, make this a quick match. Oh, I dropped that Lancia from the get-go. I drew that joint, and I choose always to shotgun the Lancia. Why? I don't want to get punished by talent. I'll always get punished by thrust. You're going to get punished by thrust no matter what, no matter when you drop it. So in my opinion, to not get punished by talent, to not get punished by a hard open to lure, I'm going to drop that Lancia early. There's always the chance that they bricked. Yeah, for sure. That's a real thing. But there's also the chance they open thrust or talent. And that's usually going to be higher than them bricking. So I choose to shotgun my Lancias. You tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree with that strategy. Anyway, we're facing down against 3 back row and a pass. I'm going to let you know right now my hand is not it. Absolute brickage on going second cards. But I did have another Lancia that I drew for turn. So I slap it down on Rob one more time. He's going to go in for that damage. He's going to pass turn back to me. And all I'm thinking is, let me see some names. Let me get cooking. Am I going to be able to do that? I don't know. Let's find out together. So I take a heck of a lot of damage. He's setting even more back. There's a full 5 set going right now. Harpy's Feather doesn't feel crazy. But frankly, what I really need is a name. I got one. I got Alpha plus Newtwo, but what were the odds that was going to resolve with 5 back row? He hits me with the Dominus Impulse. I can't remember if he had a Trap Engrave. I don't think he did, so it stays in my hand. But having no way to establish a Drytron name on the board, I'm looking pretty cooked here. So he's just establishing more monsters, more means of putting up damage. I got very little bit of life points left. So I think he's not choosing to overthink it. He's going for the Dormouse, give everybody the boost. The Cheshi is going to bring herself back, and I think he just chooses to go straight into battle here to avoid playing into anything. Fair, respectable play. I get it. Here's the deal. I'm taking a moment to take inventory of how much damage he's got on board. Why? Because I got Forbidden Droplet set, and I want to... This is one thing that I choose to do. Even if the chances are slim, I like to play out my matches. I want to see if there is a chance that I can still come back. And with Drytron, there's always a chance. You rip a name, you're going to be right back into business. Now, mind you, he's got 4 back rows, so I don't know what they were. I don't know if it was going to cook me no matter what, but I send as many cards as I need to guarantee that I'm still going to live. I bring the damage down just so I'll have enough life points to keep on rocking. And that's basically what we're discussing right now is, all right, how much damage is on board here? That much? Okay, how many do I need to send to make sure I don't die? That's all I'm trying to do here. Frankly, maybe if I used it earlier on the Dormouse on another monster, I wouldn't have even needed to send as many as I did. But I don't know. I don't care. Point being, let's half them up. I take the damage. I make it so I live with a very little bit. Yeah, you're going to see me here. I break out the phone calculator because I'm so bad at the mental math. I need it to help me out here. But we do the calculations. We figure it out that, yes, okay, this is how much I need to send in order to live with a tiny little bit. I'm going to take it. I'm going to live. And it's going to come back around to me. What do you think? Are we going to make the comeback of the century right now? I'm about to rip the craziest card of all time. The biggest plays you've ever seen. The based, most insane strategies. You let me know. Tell me. Make the prediction in the comments. You think I got this? Dude, I've came back from worse situations. That's for darn sure. Main phase 2, he's going to start playing. He's going to go for the Haggard. Use the effect. Actually choose the combo here because he wasn't able to go for the game. He knows I got nothing left after I sent all my back row for that droplets. Fair enough. He goes for the Ransom, I think, and he's just setting a basic board here. He's already got 4 back rows, so there's a very high probability that he's already got what he needs. Yeah, he searches out the field spell here, and now he's going to keep on linking up. Link climb, link climb, link climb. Going in, banish my names out the graveyard. Smart move. Why would you not? He's not under Lancia this turn, so he's going to take care of my names. I got the Imperm. I knew that there was still a white binder coming, so I'm like, okay, I gotta hold this. I can't send this because I know I'm gonna need to stop that card later. So I did as much sends with the droplets to guarantee I was gonna live, while still holding the Imperm for the binder, which was the main threat. I need names engraved in order to have a chance to play. I look at the next card. Bad news. It wasn't it. We weren't playing. So we're going into game 3, baby, but that's okay because we're going first. Now, when I side deck for going first, what are we bringing in? Magic-y package to stop the blowouts, things like Dark Ruler No More and droplets that can turn off our board. Yeah, you bet we don't want to have to deal with that. Also bringing in the crazy Consecrated Light, that filthy tech for taking care of the Maliss deck. If we hard open it, it's insane. It stops the Malisses and the Bestials. If we got to search it, the cool thing is, so the logic behind the Consecrated Light, you open Ben 10, and a Drytron name, you can immediately search the Consecrated Light, normal summon it before you have a monster established on the field and are using your Drytrons in the graveyard. It eliminates the window for them to hit you with the Bestials, so that's when it's going to come up. In this situation, though, to play around the Bestials, I'm going to Gamma Pitch Alpha to get 2 monsters on the board for free. I hard open Vanity's Rule, and like, let me slap this joint down, because I'm still able to combo afterwards, and it puts up one of the most insane powerful floodgates in the game, Vanity's Ruler. So I establish him early by burning off the Gamma. That's okay. We're going to go Alpha afterwards, pitching the Delta. And this is where I'm going to search. I'm going to think for a little bit to decide what kind of end board I want to go for. I'm going to try and set up a Lancia here, or am I going to try and set up a Dad board? So, again, a quick lesson for our Drytron duelists in case you're not aware of this when you're playing the Maliss matchup. You might think, oh, I got this joint in the bag. I'm just going to search Lancia and I'm chilling. But if you search Lancia after setting up a Dad board or a traditional, you know, Drytron end board nowadays in the new 2 build, dude, your opponent's going to laugh at you. Because when you use that Lancia, you turned off your interruptions. Big Dad is now dead. He does not do anything if you can't banish cards from the graveyard. So here I make a tough decision. I ended up not going for the Ben 10. Since I already spent the normal summon, there was no way that I was going to be able to bridge back into Dad later on in the combo. So I searched Dad early, and I kind of think I could have gone for a better M board here. This is one thing I've been thinking about doing against Maliss in game 3 or 2 when I know I'm going first. Instead of even establishing the Dad, prioritize the Lancia because it's such a powerful floodgate against them. So that's a mistake I made here. I did not go for Lancia. I'm like, let me build board. We're going to try and build board, and we'll see how that goes. Maybe not the greatest move. Maybe not the greatest move, but it's okay. We still got Big Dad on field with IP lined up, so it's 4 Dad negates, and we got Vanity's Ruler. Now, Vanity's Ruler may very well eat an Imperm, eat a Widow Anchor, because I didn't put up any Spell and Trap negates to go with it. That's why I think this board is a little weak. So Widow Anchor comes down, deals with the most powerful floodgate we had in rotation, that being the Vanity's Ruler. So we know he's going to be able to play. He starts cracking out that Striker Engine a little bit harder with the Hornet Drones. $5 card now, if you didn't know. Hornet Drones, even for the common, is looking at a mean $5. Absolutely crazy. Goes for the Kagari. I take way too long to think about this, Logan. I'm like, dude, should I negate this Kagari? Is it going to give him too many bodies if I let him get these 2 things for free? No, just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I know I have no Spell and Trap negates. I'm so afraid of Talons and Thrust. I should be, because I got hit with it earlier. But I choose to let this go, which was definitely the move. He gets the Hornet Drones, summons again. I need to stop something that's impactful, okay? So here, I'm waiting for him to reveal more information about what's in his hand, what he has, and his ability to play. Because this is all bait, and I'm playing into a live talent, so it's going to put him into Engine. That's going to look terrible. It's going to feel terrible. So he goes for an interesting play, trying to play around the interrupts that I have left, going for the white binder here. And he's choosing what to banish, and I'm like, okay, there's no way in heck we're going to let this one resolve. I want to take this out of rotation, so I'm going to choose to Dad negate, blow that joint up. Very good. But now he makes an interesting play. He goes for the field spell and uses its effect to banish the white binder in order to summon it back again. Here, I'm put in another position where I got to think. Am I going to stop this white binder from coming back? It's going to give him a free draw. I don't know how much engine he has left. He has already used the normal summon on the Cheshire Cat. So I think Hornet Drones is out of rotation. There's 1 extender gone. He's also already normal summoned. How is he going to be able to push through any further, any harder? I can't think of anything, especially with the field spell being played right now. If he had Gold Sark, then he's just so much better than I am. But I choose to negate the white binder to stop it from being able to come back. And that is going to be all she wrote. He's going to concede the game there. We're glad we went for the early Vanity's Ruler. Because there was a Bestial, I don't know if he top-decked it or if he just didn't activate it, is what it is, but it all worked out. Listen, that was a fun game. Rob's a great duelist. We had a full 3-game match, and that's all she wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, I will catch you guys in the next one. We got another duel against Maliss you guys want to check out, and one against the Fiend Smith Rise Eels. Be sure to check them out. Leave a like, comment down below so you're entered in to win a chance for a booster pack, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more Yu-Gi-Oh content. LoganJYA saying have a great day. See you beautiful people later. Peace.